Shalom guys, and welcome to the Spirit Gym channel again with Int'l. But into this video I just want to do a quick one to share my experience on airdrops. And by the way, I am out of certain airdrops. I'm backing out of certain airdrops. It seems to me much more like the farmer has become the farm and the farm has become the farm. What do I mean by this? The projects that people used to farm have rather become the farmers that farm those who used to farm those projects, particularly on things on airdrops that have to do with locking up some liquidity or providing liquidity whereby perhaps you end up earning a couple of points and then those points are going to be translated into whatever token that is going to be released. I'll take an example of something like Camino. Listen, if you do not have, say, $500 and above, or at best, let's say $1,000 and above to lock up in some of these protocols and have it locked up there for like, say, at least 2 months, listen, the airdrops that you get are as minimal and as in fact it seems to really be much more better if you put in that money into particular cryptocurrencies and just allow it to do its thing. Okay, now why am I saying this? You have things like Camino Finance. My recent experience with things like Camino Finance as well as Parcel have made me to realize that if you're going to be locking something like $100 or $200, you end up with something as mean as a $5. As well as other protocols like, is it Black Panther? Yeah, Black Panther, which I shared about, and Talis, which I also shared about. The airdrops have really been quite crazy. Okay, so if you don't have really a substantial amount to lock up for a while, it's not really worth the stress. Okay, it's not worth it. And today I just wanted to share that word because it got me laughing when I saw my Camino Finance reward and Talis. Okay, I was just like, why was I even really getting into this thing? So on those particular type of airdrops, I am out. But there are still some airdrops which are, yeah, they're not so big, but at least they are a little bit much more decent. You have things like Prism of Recent, whereby you just had to do a little bit of stuff on to farm that on, is that Binance? Yeah, the Binance wallet. It was a little bit sensible. Then I also think that there's a big airdrop which is coming, and that is ZK Sync. I don't know if you've been farming on that, trying to gain transactions volume as well as transaction count and different contracts counts and so on and so forth. I think that one might be big. I don't know. It might be big, but at the end of the day, it is the more you transact, the more you can get allocated. Then concerning that, I also think that with what we saw with StackNet, whereby there was a crazy criteria in the allocation. Okay, I think that since Binance Wallet has kind of launched a should I say an airdrop campaign on ZK Sync, okay, and there's a couple of tasks that you should do, just like they did with that was Polyhydra. Yeah, it was Polyhydra, not Prism, Polyhydra. Just like they did with that. So I think that perhaps those can be a guideline to how well, or how can I put this? Those can be a guideline to qualifying for a particular for this particular ZK Sync airdrop. Okay, so anyway, with the likes of ZK Sync, Base, Linear, and so on and so forth, I just want to wish you the best. Okay, but some of these things are not really worth it. It's just better you do your research on certain different cryptocurrencies, those spaces which I talked about, and then you get involved in those spaces and just allow it to do its thing. Okay, we are seeing a major market pulling back, and I hope that you have some dry powder to ape in the more. Apart from that, that's going to be it, guys. I just wanted to do this quick one for you. God bless you. See you next time, and bye-bye.